Here is exactly how the NMLS Mortgage Loan Originator exam works and how to pass it in just a few minutes. To be a licensed mortgage loan originator in the United States, you have to pass the SAFE MLO test. It comes from the SAFE Act, it is developed by NMLS, the nationwide licensing system, and the version essentially everyone takes is the national test with uniform state content, usually just called the test with USD. That uniform state part is what lets one exam count across participating states instead of sitting a separate one for each. The test is 120 questions, and you get 190 minutes. But only 115 of those questions are scored. 5 are unscored, and you cannot tell which. So answer all 120 as if every one counts. The passing score is 75%. And because the scored count is 115 rather than a round number, that works out to 86 correct. 85 is a fail. It is worth knowing the actual number you are aiming at rather than a vague sense of 3/4. Now, where the points are. There are 5 content areas, and NMLS publishes the weight of each. Mortgage loan origination activities is 27%. Federal mortgage-related laws is 24%. General mortgage knowledge is 20%. Ethics is 18%. And the uniform state content is 11%. Look at the top 2 together. Origination activities and federal law are 51% of the exam, just over half. And ethics at 18% is larger than most people expect for what sounds like a soft topic, which brings us to the single most useful thing to understand about this test. Ethics here is not philosophy. It is law. The questions are about specific prohibited conduct under RESPA and the other federal statutes, kickbacks, referral fees, steering, fair lending, and required disclosures. So ethics and federal law overlap heavily, and studying them together is much more efficient than treating ethics as a separate soft subject you will pick up along the way. If you do not pass, there is a waiting period. 30 calendar days before you can retake it. And after every third failed attempt, the wait becomes 180 days. So the first couple of retries come around reasonably quickly, but a third failure costs you 6 months, which is a strong argument for not sitting it underprepared to see how it goes. Let's do 3 real questions. First, federal law. A title company gives a loan originator a $75 gift card for each closed loan the originator refers to it. Both sides argue that no cash changed hands. What is it? A prohibited kickback. RESPA covers anything of value given for the referral of settlement service business. A gift card is a thing of value, and the absence of cash changes nothing. Second, also federal law. In a home purchase, the seller conditions accepting the buyer's offer on the buyer using a particular title insurance company. Is that allowed? No. It violates RESPA Section 9, and the seller is liable to the buyer for 3 times all charges made for the title insurance. Notice the remedy is specific, 3 times the charges. Exam questions like to test the number, not just the prohibition. Third, origination activities. A prospective borrower emails her name, her monthly income, her social security number, the address of the property, an estimate of its value, and the loan amount she wants. Has an application been received? Yes. All 6 required items are present, which means an application has been received and the timing clock starts. Those 6 items are worth memorizing as a set because a lot of questions turn on whether the clock has started. So, how do you prepare? Tip 1. Study federal law and ethics together, since they are half the exam between them and they test the same statutes from 2 directions. RESPA, TILA, ECOA, the Fair Housing Act, and the disclosure timing rules are where most of the points live. Tip 2. Memorize the numbers and the timelines. This exam is full of them. The 3-day and 7-day disclosure windows, the 6 items that constitute an application, the 3 times damages under RESPA Section 9. Those are pure recall, and they are the cheapest points on the test. Tip 3. Drill to comfortably above 86 correct, not to it. Aiming exactly at the pass mark leaves you no room for a bad question set on the day, and the retake weight means a near miss is expensive. Tip 4. Read the scenario questions for who is doing what to whom. Most items here describe a transaction with several parties, and the answer usually depends on which party has the duty. Identify the loan originator, the borrower, the seller, and the settlement service provider before you look at the options. Quick recap: 120 questions in 190 minutes, 115 of them scored. 75% to pass, which is 86 correct. Origination activities and federal law are just over half the exam. Ethics is 18%, and it is really law, not philosophy. And a third failure means a 180-day wait. You can practice MLO questions free at .com/en/MLO in English, Chinese, or Spanish with no sign-up.